this is the Salem music scene. I'm Dave.
And I'm Pelka.
We are here with Koriolis Effect. Can you guys introduce yourselves and tell us what you do in the band?
Yeah, my name is Brandon Summers. I play guitar and sing backup vocals.
Adam Oakley, I play guitar.
My name's Dylan Jansen, and I am the lead vocalist.
Ian Oakley, I play drums.
Dale Smith, bass.
Awesome, guys. Well, thanks for being on the show.
Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, we're excited to have you
Thanks
guys.
for having us.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
Stoked.
So, Koriolis Effect, kind of a weird name. What is that? What made you guys choose the name?
Well, I think we came back to high school days. I think we heard the name, and it kind of stuck with us. And then when we decided to start the band, we just...
I think it may have stemmed from playing Halo, actually. Someone was talking about how snipers have to take into account the rotation of the Earth, and that is called the Koriolis effect. And Ian and I always thought that would be a pretty cool band name. And so when we were starting the band, we were going through tons of different names, had a whole bunch of really terrible names. And then randomly, Ian was like, do you remember when we wanted to have a band called Koriolis Effect? We're like, yeah, why not? Let's just do it. And that's pretty much how it came about, I guess.
That's awesome. Yeah, one more thing Halo got right.
Right?
Yeah, pretty much.
There's a few things.
Could have said it better.
Yeah.
I don't think you had to use the Coriolis effect in Halo, but
Yeah.
somehow it started the conversation.
Fair enough.
That was pretty cool, though.
Yeah.
How long you guys been playing together?
Well, other than the band, we probably, like all of us, been playing together for over 12 years.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, we played, he and I played together like in high school days. Then Ian and I started jamming, I don't know, probably shortly after that. But the actual band itself, with all the members that we have now, it's been like a year and maybe 1 week.
Yeah,
just
our 1 year anniversary.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, thanks.
Or anniversary, or I guess happy anniversary to you guys. Happy birthday to the band.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been,
hell of a run.
it's been really good.
Awesome. Well, what are some of you guys' big influences in terms of the music you guys create?
I'm really into like a new alternative sound, like mixed with a little grunge too. Like I'm really into Cage the Elephant, but I also like my Nirvana, and Smashing Pumpkins. So kind of mixed between '90s and like today's alternative. So it inspires me a lot.
My first big influence is probably Angus Young with AC/DC. I think You Shook Me All Night Long was the first song I ever played on guitar. And now I like Cage the Elephant too. I really like White Stripes. I like Muse definitely has had an impact. Even some, I guess a little bit more pop alternative stuff like Angels and Airwaves. I love using some delay. I've actually been bringing it back for some of our new stuff, playing around with some more delay and things like that. Jet's probably a huge one for me too.
Wow. You guys are bringing a lot of really good bands out.
Yeah.
Definitely, I would say Tool, Chevelle, all that new metal, Limp Bizkit, very much Godsmack style. Danny Carey, one of the biggest influences I have when it comes to drums, other than like Thomas Lang or Thomas Pridgeon, or there's so many great drummers out there. William Calhoun, phenomenal drummer. And so there's a lot of the styles that I bring to the band.
You may notice I'm a tad older than the rest of the guys in the band. So my influences are all mainly 90s rock, hair bands, Rudy Sarzo, Geddy Lee, men of that ilk.
I think if you meet a bass player who doesn't say he's influenced at some level by Geddy Lee, he's a liar.
Yeah. Probably, yeah. Well, what do you guys like about playing here in Salem? Is there anything in particular you just really like about the venues here?
Well, we kind of started off playing more like the West Side Station scene, jam nights, stuff like that. Actually, we technically started off playing on the outskirts, like McMinnville and Dundee. But when I moved back here from Portland, I was pretty shocked about how in-depth the music scene here actually is and how involved it really is. I didn't realize how many venues there were, how many amazing musicians that there are, and it didn't take more than a few months before we realized that, we didn't necessarily have to try and get all the way up to Portland to try and play some decent gigs. So
Yeah, I'll agree with you. There's a lot of different places here that you can find yourself in where there's a good crowd, you know? and you have a lot of options as far as bands to play with. And I think that's a really cool thing about being here in Salem. And I think it's growing too, way more rapidly
yeah.
than say
Yeah, it is.
Portland or Eugene.
Hometown too, you know, born and raised here, so
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is where all of us started, I think.
It's pretty cool because also all the local bands we've like hooked up with on shows and played shows with, they've all been pretty, you know, outgoing and friendly, you know, and down to get some more gigs rolling. And that, I just think that's really cool too, you know, because it doesn't always happen, you know, so good connections, you know, locally.
Yeah, I'll agree with you. Especially, I think when you, I don't know, in my experience, when it's an out of town band and I'm going to their town, it's like, oh, great, thanks for showing up, see you later. And it's like, okay, am I ever going to hear from you again? You know?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
No, seriously.
Yeah, but Salem's good about that, I think. So, what would you guys say are some of the plans for the future for you guys?
well, we want to record and also, you know, play as many shows as we can right now, and it's kind of just working on new music is like the main goal, and just, you know, making the set list longer and better, and hoping to record soon. And
What's your writing process kind of like?
That's a
One of
good
us starts
question.
playing.
Yeah, we start playing.
yeah, lots of improv. We just start
Literally,
playing.
one of
Yeah.
us will start playing,
And
and,
it's just-
everybody joins in.
Yeah.
Just jam on it.
And
We
this
have-
guy can make up lyrics on the fly like nobody I've ever heard.
Yeah, I mean, well, I can like really make like sounds like to the music, and then I tie the lyrics kind of into it, but like kind of take it step by step, you know. Sometimes it's the other way around. Sometimes you can actually just take like a song and like you know, just meditate on it and sort of slowly write it. But usually like when I'm jamming with these guys, like they'll just start playing instruments and we'll just go. And
Sometimes
it's
all
awesome,
we need is for
man.
Dylan to walk into the bathroom.
It's like Paul McCartney
I'm right out of some bread
word
rock.
salad version. He was just writing nonsense lyrics, so he knew what he wanted the melody to sound like, and then he'd actually replace it. Like yesterday was originally scrambled eggs, which I think is hilarious.
Well, yeah, I mean that's a lot of what we've been doing lately. I mean, when the band first started, Dylan had a couple songs that just had the lyrics written. I had a few songs that had lyrics and a little bit of music, and so that's what gave us our foundation. But for the last few months, anything new that we've written, it's been pretty much improv on the fly, just kind of off the cuff. And you know, we record every single practice in case something good comes out of it. And I mean, the last two practices alone, we've written 2 songs almost completely just from, you know, improv. And I mean, that's Dylan will just, like, you know, you were just saying, he'll just start saying kind of nonsense stuff, and then pretty soon, you know, it forms into something that, you know, actually makes sense and actually has, you know, some sort of depth to it. But we've been joking lately that we should just set up a gig with nothing planned and just see if we can play the whole
the
gig
whole show.
without
Just
any
improv,
pre-planned songs.
I recommend against that.
So you guys are all musicians, obviously. Is there a certain thing that pulls you guys into what you're doing? What drives you to be a musician?
It's a really good question.
I mean, I know for me, my dad was a musician, and I grew up, you know, basically as a kid going to shows with him playing and being on like tour bus with him, you know, just around here basically. But that was the life that I knew growing up. So it was kind of always in my heart to kind of follow in those shoes and play music. So I started out with drums and then started playing guitar when I was 16 and kind of just stuck with that.
We're glad he switched.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I feel like music can touch people in a way that nothing else really can.
Absolutely.
You know, it can enhance a mood that you're already in, or it can completely change your mood to whatever you want it to be. And, you know, there's things about a specific song that can completely change your whole outlook on that moment, that day, that year, or, you know, in some cases your entire life, depending on the song. And to me, that's something that always stood out. I've always felt music really, I don't know, it's always, the feelings have always been kind of intense for me when it comes to music. And so once I started playing, I realized that I would be able to potentially provide that to other people, you know, that my music could maybe one day have that sort of impact on somebody else. And to me, that's just huge. You know, somebody, especially with, you know, live streaming and, you know, internet and everything like that. I mean, you could touch somebody on the other side of the world and never even know it. You know, they can hear one of your songs and be impacted forever. And to me, that's just awesome.
Well, right after we played in was it the Mac Club? And we had that guy from Brazil or wherever it was.
Yeah.
Send us a screenshot of himself watching our video from the Mac Club.
Oh, yeah.
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 Are you kidding?
Yeah, he sent it to me on Instagram actually, or he tagged me
That's
in it. He
pretty
posted
cool.
on Instagram and then tagged me in it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Music really does have a way to connect people, and it's the coolest thing. That's why we're musicians. That's why we're doing
Yeah.
this. That's why you guys are here. So, well, awesome guys. Well, you can catch Koriolis Effect here in town. They're always playing gigs, and you can catch them on Facebook. It's a really good place to see what these guys are up to. My name's Pelka.
I'm Dave.
And this is the Salem Music Scene. You can check out more interviews like this one at salemmusicscene.com. We'll see you guys later.
See ya.